You know, any nail tech can learn to apply a coat of polish. But what's the thing that really separates a good technician from a true artist, a master of the craft? Well, it isn't just about having a steady hand. It's about science. It's knowing that real, lasting artistry is built on a solid foundation of knowledge. So, today, let's dig into that foundation together.
So what is that secret sauce? What's the one thing that transforms a basic manicure into something that's not only beautiful, but also durable and healthy for the client? The answer, you'll see, is in the tiny details.
It all comes down to the blueprint. You wouldn't build a house without one, right? And for us, the blueprint is the anatomy of the human nail. Getting this is the absolute key to taking your work to the next level.
So we're going to peel back the layers, and I mean that literally, and take a look at the hidden science of the nail. This is where all the magic really begins, way before a bottle of polish is even opened.
All right, take a look at this. This is our map for today. I know, it might look a little complicated at first, but don't worry. We're going to break it all down piece by piece. By the time we're done, you won't see a complex diagram anymore. You'll see a clear roadmap to creating flawless nails.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the growth engine, the powerhouse where the nail itself is actually created. Because if you want to build a strong structure, you've got to understand and protect its source.
Let me introduce you to the matrix. The best way to think of it as the nail factory. It's tucked away, hidden under the skin, and it is buzzing with life. Nerves, blood vessels, all working 24/7 to produce the cells that eventually become the hard nail plate we see. This is the living, breathing heart of the nail, which is why any damage here can be serious, sometimes even permanent.
Now look down at your own nail. You see that little white half moon at the base? That's the lunula, and it's way more than just a cool little marking. It's actually the only part of that super important nail factory, the matrix, that you can see. Think of it as a little shield, standing guard and protecting all the delicate stuff happening just underneath.
So with a factory this important working non-stop, you can bet the body has built in a pretty awesome security system. Now we're going to look at the nail's natural lines of defense, all the parts designed to protect it from damage and infection.
The first line of security is the proximal nail fold. This is that little fold of skin right at the base of the nail, and its main job is to form a seal. It's a critical barrier, blocking germs and bacteria from getting down into the matrix. It's basically the nail's personal bodyguard.
Okay, pay close attention, because this is probably one of the most confused and most important parts of nail care. Let's clear it up. The eponychium is the band of living skin at the base of the nail. Its job is to create that protective seal. Because it is alive, you should never, ever cut it. Now, the cuticle, that's the dead, non-living tissue that the eponychium sheds. It sticks to the nail plate, and that is what can be safely pushed back and nipped away. Knowing this difference is non-negotiable for client safety.
Now let's jump to the other end of the nail. Underneath the free edge, we have another guardian, the hyponychium. This is the skin that creates a waterproof seal, stopping germs and debris from getting under the nail and into the sensitive nail bed. It's the gatekeeper at the very tip of the finger. And finally, running along both sides of the nail, we have the lateral nail folds. You probably know them as the sidewalls. These channels of skin are there to protect the edges of the nail plate and guide its growth.
So, we've met the factory and its security team. But what about the product they're creating? What exactly is the nail plate made of? Let's zoom in and look at its composition.
So, a healthy nail isn't just one thing. It's a precise recipe. As you can see, the main ingredient by far is keratin. That's a tough protein, but that protein needs help to do its job right. It needs a good balance of water and lipids, or fats, to stay flexible. And then there's a little bit of sulfur, which is the secret ingredient that gives the nail its hardness and strength. And here's something you might not know. The nail plate isn't one solid thing. It's actually made up of about 100 super thin layers, all pressed together in 3 main groups. The top layer, called the dorsal layer, is the hardest and oldest. This is the surface that polished and enhancements need to stick to. The layers underneath, the intermediate and ventral, are a bit softer and hold more moisture, which gives the nail its toughness and flexibility.
Okay, biology class is over. Now for the most important part. How do we take this blueprint and use it to become better professionals? Let's connect the science to the salon.
Let's talk structure, specifically the apex. The apex is the highest point of the nail's arch, and getting its placement right isn't just for looks, it's pure physics. A properly built apex provides strength and distributes pressure evenly across the entire nail. This is the real difference between a nail enhancement that lasts for weeks and one that snaps in a few days.
And this quote really drives the point home. The stress point, right where the nail is most likely to bend, has to be strong.
One of the single worst mistakes a technician can make is overfiling this area. It weakens the whole structure and basically guarantees a painful break for your client.
And here's another critical warning, this time about that little seal under the nail tip. If you're too aggressive when cleaning under the free edge, you can easily damage the hyponychium. That breaks the waterproof seal, which can cause the nail to lift away from the bed, and worse, it opens the door for all kinds of nasty infections. Gentle and precise is the only way to go. So, when you boil it all down, why does this matter so much? Because knowing this stuff prevents you from accidentally hurting your clients. It's how you build enhancements that are beautiful and strong. It's how you build trust and a reputation that keeps people coming back. It lets you solve problems, not just cover them up. This knowledge, this is what separates a technician from a true master.
So, at the end of the day, remember this. True mastery is never just skin deep. It's not about the pretty color you put on top. It's about a deep, fundamental understanding of the canvas you're working on.
This knowledge is your foundation. It's your professional blueprint. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?